public has a right to view this as a mass murder.
There may be thousands of Canadians out there who are HIV positive and don't know it.
If I fed my son poison, I'd be in jail. How come the Red Cross can feed him poison and get away with it?
1985, Andrew Cummings becomes one of 2,000 Canadians infected with HIV-tainted blood. Another 30,000 were infected with hepatitis C. It was and still is Canada's most devastating health scandal.
Because of the use of tainted blood products, these Canadians have been forced to endure a life of pain and suffering.
Many of the victims, like Andrew, severe hemophiliacs who'd been pumping their bodies with contaminated blood 3 or 4 times a week for years. Andrew was infected with both HIV and hepatitis C.
We are very rare, and there's only a couple of us left, and you have to bear witness. This happened in Canada, and it's being forgotten, you know, and we can't forget. We can't forget this story.
He fears that the stage has been set right now in this year, 2013, for the exact same thing to happen again.
Well, what we're seeing is a number of cuts that's really no explanation. We're seeing the de-skilling of the workforce by the elimination of professional positions such as technologists, registered nurses, and the introduction of new classifications that truly don't line up to our job markets. So we're seeing this as a sign of driving down wages, creating a just-in-time part-time workforce.
I was born with hemophilia, which is a bleeding disorder that I'm missing factor 8, which is one of the clotting factors that everybody has in their body, but I'm missing that one. And so I'm required to take blood products in order to keep from having internal bleeding. By the late 70s, you thought that, you know, you had a miracle drug and you were going to lead a normal life, because you certainly looked at older hemophiliacs growing up when you went to the clinic. They were crippled up as young men, and many did not survive into their 20s. But who knew that the miracle drug would be the drug that would turn out to kill everybody as the 80s came into play? It became quite apparent that there was a lot of things that could have been done that could have saved my infection, but also a number of other, like many, many people. It became apparent that the system had lost its way, and that money took precedent over decisions that should have been made on safety, and it was a ad hoc type of system where it just got too cozy, and decisions were made that weren't in the best interest of people that relied on a safe blood system.
Well, the Creaver Commission that studied the tainted blood scandal from the Red Cross days made a number of recommendations for standardization and investment in the blood system, not to compromise safety, security, and quality. And with these changes, we're feeling that safety and service will be compromised for the base of profit.
And really up till fairly recent, I think it was living up to its commitment, the blood system. I think there's been some issues in the last number of years that seems to look like there's an erosion of that kind of confidence that took so long to rebuild.
I think when Canadian Blood Services took over, you know, we were all about safety of the blood supply. Now with all the cutback, I think that's going to compromise.
Our donor clinics are almost like an assembly line. We have to get them in and out as fast as possible, and I'm just scared that our system, we're going to have a leak.
I believe that we're looking at way too many cutbacks. We're looking at too many possibilities of errors being made. We're going to look at a high turnaround for staffing. They keep cutting our hours in our clinics, telling us we're not doing a good job.
And once you start watering that down and looking at the lowest common denominator to whoever can put a needle into somebody, or whoever can put a donor questionnaire on a computer, is certainly in my mind taking the the safety is paramount down to safety is in the way of expediency and cost effectiveness. I don't think you can have both. I think you are getting cost effectiveness by having the health professional there. You're providing a sentinel at the front door of integrity to screen the donor as they come through the door.
I'm scared. I'm really scared because I'm young. I still have 20+ years to go, and I'm scared of seeing privatization and job cuts, people coming and going. I'm just worried about the workforce.